Madeline. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Kincardine, Ontario. I'm at the University of Windsor for kinesiology. I would say my passion is high jump and hurdles. So I've always loved physical activity. Since I was young, I did triathlons, running, any sport I could try. And then in grade 6, I was recruited to a track team. I had a great coach that helped me reach my highest heights with confidence, my highest PBs in high jump. Unfortunately, in grade 8, I developed an eating disorder, and it eventually took over everything in my life, taking away what I loved to do, and it caused me to be hospitalized twice, both when I was 13 and again when I was 16, several months at a time. I had a lot of anxiety. I became really depressed. And I've dealt with depression since I was 13, which was not what anybody else expected, not what I expected in myself, because I was just like a really happy kid. So the second time I was discharged, I decided that I really wanted to take my life back. I wanted to be healthy again, so I started eating better, started taking back the stuff that I liked. I was able to get back to physical activity. And then when I was able to start track again, I was so excited. I started training hard, really hard, so that I could get back to what I like. Get back to the level that I was at before. The first competition that I was in, that I went back into when I was 17, I had a high jump competition and a hurdle race. So during the high jump competition, my legs started hurting, but I tried to ignore it and push through it. I didn't do as well in the competition that I was hoping. I wasn't able to make it on to the next level, which was really disappointing. But I still had the hurdle race that I could do, and I was hoping that if I could get a good enough place in there that I could make it on. So I decided to run the hurdle race, even though my legs were hurting. I ran the race and it injured my adductors on both my legs really badly. So I was limping around from that, but despite being in pain, I still wanted to train. I didn't want to give up just because my legs were hurting, because I was off for so long, not able to do anything. So I kept on training and running on my legs, and then eventually the pain started traveling down my whole right leg and in my side glute. After like several months, I got a scan, an MRI on my right hip, and it showed that I had a stress fracture in the neck of my femur. I was told to go on crutches, or it could fully break the neck of the femur, or it wouldn't be able to heal if I kept on running on it. So it kind of showed that I was training too hard, I was overtraining, and my muscles weren't able to take the impact anymore. After that, I had to go on crutches, which was even still really hard for me to actually go on crutches. But once I did, so much of my muscle pain in my leg was going away. The second time I was in the hospital, I was there for 3 months, and then I was transferred to a residential facility. And I was there for like 6 months. Hated it both times. It's like just a really negative environment. Going through the refeeding process, I guess, is not nice to go through. It's really uncomfortable. My whole family were all really tall and lean and high metabolism, so I had to eat like 5,000 calories every day for being on bed rest. The first time I was discharged, I was like 13, and it was more so getting me to a healthy weight again, hoping that would help me mentally, just be able to think clearly again, because my parents were making most of my meals for me. I was still eating with my parents all the time, so it was more really controlled. But the second time, I think they wanted me to be healthy and be more independent. I started making my own meals. Like, I wasn't completely cured after being discharged the second time. I still had issues and thoughts that I was dealing with. I think what I've really realized about myself over the years is that I try to avoid dealing with the things that make me uncomfortable, the hard stuff. I refused to talk about any of my struggles for 5 years. I refused to talk about it just because, I don't know, I was embarrassed and I didn't want to deal with it, so I just pushed it down. You know, that may make it go away for some time, but it often always comes back. And I think I did it both with, you know, my eating disorder, with my injuries. When I was injured, I didn't want to deal with having to stop training, so I didn't. But it just makes the injuries worse. Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is to deal with the stuff you're struggling with, and it's not easy to deal with, and it's not a quick process at all. I think one of the hardest things to do, but it's super important, is to just deal with the problems or the issues or the pain that you're having. And you can't do it alone. You need to reach out for help. When you're able to do that, you can bring it out in the open and destroy it. You can be ultimately stronger for it.
Life is all about choices. Every day is a new opportunity, followed by so many more. These choices affect others around us, and most importantly, affect our actions. You have so many choices to make each day. How are you going to build your story? It's up to you.